everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review, and today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And today we're going to take a look at the third and final figure in the new Marvel Legends Infinite Series S.H.I.E.L.D. 3-pack with the Agent Coulson figure. We've already looked at the Nick Fury and the Maria Hill figures. If you haven't checked out those reviews, there's links in the description of this video below, so check those out. And also, before we continue on with the review, I just want to plug a few things going on with Marvelous News for you Marvel fans that you probably want to check out. First of all, our friend Dominic has taken some awesome images of the new Spider-Man Legends Hobgoblin series figures, which have not actually hit yet in the United States. But if you want to check out some really nice images for those upcoming figures, they should start hitting here in the States probably maybe at the end of this month, but more likely probably early next month. They should start hitting shelves here in the United States. But there's a link to the description. We've added the images to our Marvel Legends database, so there's a link for that if you want to check those out. Also, as of the filming of this video, we've got Toy Fair coming up this weekend, starting on Saturday, February 14th. Around 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be kicking off our Marvel coverage from the Hasbro showroom. So be sure to check out MarvelousNews.com and ToyNewsEye.com for complete Toy Fair coverage. But specifically for you Marvel action figure collectors, the Hasbro stuff should start going up on the sites around 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 14th. Okay, so getting back to the review, quickly we'll go over the packaging. We've looked at this packaging in the previous two reviews, but you've got the window box packaging, you've got the figures clearly displayed in the packaging, you've got the Avengers logo up at the top, and the Marvel Infinite Series logo down below. On the back of the packaging, you've got looks at all three figures with some brief bios in multiple languages. And again, the Avengers and Marvel Legends logos up at the top. Okay, so let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the Agent Coulson figure outside of the packaging. Now, this is probably the figure in this set that most of you are going to buy this set for. I mean, the Maria Hill figure is decent. If you don't already have that previously released Nick Fury figure, then it's another nice figure. But this one, I think, is really the one that everybody has been waiting for, the Agent Coulson figure. And I think Hasbro has done a pretty nice job with this figure overall. A few minor nitpicks, but for the most part, I think this is a really cool figure. Now, I won't say 100%, but I don't think this is a reused body mold. If it is, I'm not familiar with it. I mean, it's a figure in a suit. So the only Marvel Legend figure in a suit I can recall ever being done is the old Toy Biz Professor Xavier figure, which I actually couldn't track down. I have it somewhere, but I wasn't able to find it. So I wasn't able to do a comparison, but usually I don't think Hasbro reuses Toy Biz mold. So I think this is basically a completely new mold, though I'm sure if I'm wrong on that, one of you will correct me. But it comes out looking really good. I think they've captured the likeness of the actor pretty good. You get two head sculpts with this figure. You get one without the sunglasses, and then you have an alternate head with the sunglasses. And I think actually both of them look pretty good, though I guess my preferred one is the one with the sunglasses. And the head just pops off. It's on a ball joint. It can be a little difficult to pop them back on, but for the most part, if you push hard, it's on a hinge joint, so the joint can move sometimes when you push on it. But again, once you get it on there, it stays on nice and tight. So besides the alternate head, he also comes with that laser rifle that you see him using in the Avengers movie, where he tries to blast Loki but ends up getting stabbed and essentially killed, at least temporarily. And the detail on this gun, I think, came out looking really good. It's basically all black. You've got some orange paint up at the front for like the lighting effect on the front end of the barrel. But, you know, the detail on this, I think, is really nice. It's got double handles, So I think they did a really good job. It is kind of that softer gummy plastic that we see some of the accessories, but still for the most part it holds its shape pretty good. So besides the head sculpt, I like the details on this figure. He's got a tie that's actually separate from the figure. It's not just sculpted, it's kind of that vinyl material. So I kind of like that. Also the jacket itself, the main part of the jacket is also done with that kind of vinyl material. It's not really removable, but you might be able to remove it. I think it's glued. Yeah, it looks like it's glued on in the back. You wouldn't want to because the sleeves are sculpted onto the arm, so it would look silly anyway. But the jacket itself is separate, so you can kind of like, spread it apart. And you can see his shirt, white shirt underneath, which is nice. So the figure stands at just about 6 inches exactly. He's in pretty good scale with the other figures in the set. He's basically the same height, about the same height as Nick Fury. And then he's just a little bit taller than Maria Hill. So I would say overall the scale is pretty decent on this figure. Say what again? Just kidding. But seriously though, looking at this figure, I think there's some real customization appeal with this figure. Obviously not really with Jules. Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction, the head sculpt, or the head for the Nick Fury figure doesn't quite fit on this one. But seriously though, how about "We've been expecting you, Mr. Anderson"? The dude from the Matrix movie, or maybe Men in Black. So I don't know. Definitely could see some real customization appeal with this figure for some of you out there. Articulation on this figure is pretty good, especially for a guy in the suit. As I mentioned earlier, the head is on a ball hinge joint, so he can look left and right good with either head. And he also has really good down movement, and he can look up pretty good. So good movement there. At the shoulders, with the way the suit is sculpted, that's about as much out as he can get his hand, which isn't too bad. And he's got pretty good rotation there. He's got a bicep swivel, and he has double jointed elbows. And then he's got the hinges and the swivel at the wrist. Now I will note that he does have kind of those gummy joints, gummy plastic joints, so they're a little the joints are a little flexible. It's not too bad, but just something to note. He does have a midsection joint, which you can see when you pull the jacket back and move the tie. So he has some crunch there, and he can look back even with the jacket because there's flexibility with the jacket. So that's nice. He also has a swivel at the waist. Because of the jacket and the way the legs are sculpted, he can't do the splits very well. That's about as much as he can do the splits. He can get his leg forward good. Again, with the jacket and the way his butt's sculpted, he can't really get his legs back very much. He does have thigh swivel. He has double jointed knees. And then he does have the ankle pivot, which is nice. And then 2 peg holes on the bottom of his feet. Okay, so that's my review. Overall, I really like this figure. I think they've done a good job of capturing the likeness of the actor. I like the accessories. I like the articulation. Really solid figure for the most part. And out of the 3 figures in the set, I think it's definitely the nicest. Though, overall, I would say the set is a pretty nice pickup, especially if you don't already have that Nick Fury figure. The Maria Hill figure is decent, and like I said, if you don't already have Nick Fury, then that's a pretty nice one as well. This set will be sold here in the United States as a Toys R Us exclusive. It should be out by April, though it could be out sooner. I wouldn't be too surprised, but we were told by Hasbro the release date would be April, and the set should cost about $50, which isn't too bad for 3 figures that on their own would probably cost around $20 each. So that's my review. Again, if you're going to be around this weekend, be sure to check out marvelousnews.com for our complete Toy Fair coverage, beginning with Hasbro on Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. There's a link in the description below to the site if you don't know it already. And also, if you haven't already, be sure to check out Dominic's great images for that Spider-Man Legends Hobgoblin Wave. Again, there's a link in the description below. And as always, please leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And until next time, or more specifically this weekend at Toy Fair, I'll catch you later.